Hello, everyone. This is Woody Collins. We're talking about the Congo. And I tell you, I don't know what happened. I did not push the go live button. And so I was just sitting there talking to you and not being live. So apologize for that. And let's move the camera around just a little bit. Oh, don't want that piece of paper to fly away because that has all my notes on it for the day. So we got two important subjects we're going to talk about today is COVID-19. What is it doing in the Congo? What's the update? And the second item we're going to talk about is the opening of schools in the Congo. So without further ado, let's get started. Uh, Before we get started, I've been talking with people from the Congo this morning. We had our Congo network meeting, and it went over an hour. When I got off, it was over 2 hours long, and that was with Congolese doctors and health officials on the phone talking. And today was our second subject of talking about health in the Congo. Was a couple of interesting, really dynamics, and probably I maybe give you a update on that later because it was really intriguing, and I want to go back through and listen to it again before I start to make sure I heard certain things that was going on. But let's talk about COVID-19. And let's start off by giving the worldwide numbers. Globally, there's 37 million confirmed cases and 1 million deaths. In the US, we have 7.6 million confirmed cases and 214,000 deaths. In Indiana, we have 133,411 cases and 3,555 deaths. Let's look at Africa. Africa has 1.5 million deaths. Confirmed cases, 1.5 million. That's 1,561,000 confirmed cases and 37,689 deaths. And in the Congo, they have 10,841 confirmed cases and 276 deaths. I tell you, when you hear those numbers, you really think about what is going on in the world and what is going on in our own country, the U.S. And so it makes me pause because I was so concerned about Congo and the government of the Congo and its people are doing a lot better than we are here in the United States. So right now, when I get messages back from the Congo, and I just answered an email from the Congo for one of the hospital administrators, and he was asking how I was doing during the pandemic here. And I'm sure they're getting the gross numbers of how many people are sick and how many people have died. So it's one of those cases of, I don't know whether it's just me being self-conscious, but they seem to have a, they're pitying for us, having pity on us and praying for us, which we all need prayer, but it's kind of one of those situations of you need more prayer than we do. So anyway, Congo has 10,841 cases, 276 deaths, and most of those cases are in Kinshasa, and so they have still pretty much contained it to the city of Kinshasa, and it has not went out into the extreme rural areas where I think it'd be maybe a little bit more difficult to contain because of the lack of resources. Also, starting Monday, the 12th of October, all the schools will start back in the Congo. So, at this point in time, it'll be interesting to see. So, glad we have the numbers as of today. So we'll see what it is in a month's time once school gets started and they have the kids have time to circulate between home and school and back home and back to school a number of times, and we'll see if there's any uptick or whether it still remains pretty slow. I'm guessing that it will remain pretty slow, especially because for the most part, those kids have been at home ever since March when they closed the schools. So therefore, what is going to be the real difference? You may have some spreading going on once they go to school, but I don't think so. Tea time, a little tea. Uh, so we'll have to see what difference that the population of young kids going back to school is going to have on the COVID-19 positivity rate and also the deaths and things like that. Congo has a young population, so I don't think that there'll be a lot of students that they will probably be asymptomatic, but the majority of them, you would have to look at and see what happens when they go back home to their parents and grandparents and situations like that. But we can only speculate, and my speculations are totally inaccurate because I expected Africa and Congo to be a hot mess now, and with only a little over 1.6 million cases and 37,000 deaths, Africa is doing all right for itself. So we'll have to see what goes on there from in Africa at starting next week and see how that goes about. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I would like for you to think about one thing. Tomorrow is International Day of the Girls. So, and I know the girls in Congo, they have a hard way to go. And so tomorrow's program will be talking about some of the things that girls have to put up with, not only sexual violence, but also early marriage and also the hard work that they have to do. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on International Day of the Girls. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for another episode of Talking About Congos. So as always, and especially for my folks here in the United States, keep wearing your mask, be safe, take care of yourself and take care of your families, and also by wearing your mask, look out for the other person and be blessed. We will see you tomorrow after church.